Welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to be building a brand new building in this place. It's super exciting. It is an enchanting tower. We won't be able to get the whole thing done today, but it's a very exciting day. The next thing is I've got some super secret blocks to talk to you guys about, which a lot of you guys may very well know what these are. And a lot of people asked, because I totally didn't give these away in the last episode. Who would give that away? Definitely not me. But this is a request. Well, not a request, but I requested from you guys what you guys thought about it. You guys told me, Jansey, this sounds like a great idea. And this is going to be refined over time. But let's go over to the dock. This is where it works first. So, first of all, hello guys. How you doing? And second of all, we have got a bunch of suggestions. I probably will talk actually about a few suggestions in the comments just over the past few videos, which have been super useful, by the way. Thank you for not wasting my time on those. And also just in general, very, very cool to hear and of course important. But let's get started. All right. So I created this block over here, which is the note block. It's the prismarine variant of the note block that I thought, you know, it'll be kind of cool to add in a few textures to make the game a little bit different, a little bit more interesting to us, but I don't want to affect the game too much. And I thought a redstone block like a note block is a fantastic way to do it for two reasons. I don't use it that often in the world, and the second reason is, of course, there's a brand new feature with 1.13. We can talk about that soon. And what I decided to do was, because I like to keep things fairly close to the vanilla variant of the game. I don't like to go too crazy with the texture pack and have a whole bunch of stuff going on. I like it to look similar to what it should look like in the game. So I had the great idea of saying, why don't we make these things, these blocks, being packaged up prismarine blocks, for instance. We could even do prismarine tiles like the prismarine bricks. I thought that was a pretty cool idea, and what I got was a whole bunch of people saying, Jansey, that is fantastic. I actually am pretty proud of that idea. It's a pretty cool one. And what I've decided to do was add a few other blocks in. For instance, cocoa beans. They don't actually look like it, but I've used, by the way, I've used the texture of the block in here with a few other ones. So these are the actual textures from the game. And kelp, netherwort, prismarine. I think there might be another one, but that's not even half as cool as what the idea is that I came up with, by the way. This is a simple little idea. I've got a real cool idea. And this has, what are you doing on the roof? This guy's going to help us out with our new thing. Okay, so we've decided, and by the way, this is an episode of names. So for people who suggested names, 8 episodes ago, I think it was 8 episodes. Today we have got the winning name for the city, for the village. And they'll come. But I did mention that this over here, this inn tavern, which it's a tavern, by the way, after all the suggestions, it is a tavern, and the name that we're going to be calling this will be the Traveler's Knoll. And I thought that was a great name for a city, for the village, when someone suggested that in the village, but I think it's even a better name for this pub. And what I want to do today is I want to at least give it a go. And I know this won't necessarily help too much, but it will work really cool. And also, by the way, I forgot to actually mention, but let me just stop there. The other cool thing with 1.13 was that you can change textures with the notes. So that was a cool reason. You see this? So you can go, come on, click over. There we go. Okay, so you can change between these textures, which gave me the bright idea of, I wonder if there's anything else I can do with that. Like anything that would be cool to be able to change between variations of. This over here, if you have a look, by the way, look at this. It goes all the way up. And by the way, we're looking right over here. And you can see I've reloaded a few times just to make sure everything was working here before we started. That's note 13. Watch where that goes up to. There. And note 24 is as high as it goes. And then it starts back at 0. 25 different variations on that. 25 there. And I was like, yeah, like what the villagers are doing. They've been going, just on what I was thinking. Look at this. What I know this particular thing has 26 variations of it. But how do you like them apples? So I thought, tell me what you think, by the way, guys. I'm totally down for any criticism or any suggestions on what you guys think about it. I kind of thought, let's play around a little bit with vanilla. Let's have a little bit of fun, change things up a bit. And I came up with the idea of putting in these letters that you can change between. So, for instance, this is the Traveler's Knoll. So we could go to T. Where is T? O-P-Q-R-S-T. We can go do the same thing over here. And we could have the Traveler's... dang it, I've gone all the way around. The Traveler's Knoll. I mean, I thought it was a pretty kind of creative ideas, so I thought I may as well give it a go and give it a try. But let me know what you guys think about it. I think it would be really cool. Really cool idea, by the way. I'm not going to stop on there. JK, there we go. So TTK, the Traveler's Knoll. I don't really like that, but I thought that would be a cool way of introducing it. We'll just leave it there for today, and we'll see how we feel. A few things I've also done is I've put the bottoms of these blocks to look like that, and I guess we can see the top. It looks exactly the same as that. But of course, let me know what you guys think. I'm always down to affect the game for the better. So let me know, of course. But that's not what we're doing today. I got distracted with it. Now, another thing that I want to do before we go any further is we have to get rid of a thing. We got to get rid of this, and please tell me, yes, it's the librarian. Quite appropriate. But we can talk to this guy and say, goodbye, buddy. Goodbye to this place. It's not going to be here. All right, now it's time to build this guy a new home or place of work. And what I was thinking about, and this has come from a bit of planning, and I've just extended the ground out as well after we've got rid of that, is I want to make a new tower similar to that one, but different in the same way. And I think it would be awesome to have a little bit of a spire coming out of the ground, and then we'll work in our own build down in the bottom area underneath here, where we can have a huge, or at least not huge, but at least a slight bit larger enchanting place. I think that'll be really, really cool. And of course, what I'm thinking with this spire coming here, we'll have a little window over here. The majority of it will be underground, and right below it will be the crafting table, the enchantment table, that will have the only light coming in from wherever we make this entrance. I think it's going to be really cool. Also, I guess, well, I'll just kind of just do whatever we do. Let's just see what happens. We'll test it out. We'll maybe start off with something like a little bit of this. And it's not going to be large. It's going to be somewhat similar size to that, but a bit taller, hopefully, or I honestly don't think it's too important. We'll just see what happens. So, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys that idea of those note blocks does not come from me, and it's actually been told to me by a friend of mine and a great guy, a great builder in Minecraft, which I did a recent tour on in a video with him, being Whip. If you guys haven't seen that, I'll link the link down in the description for his video and his channel. Of course, you guys should surely go check him out. Trust me. I don't very often send anything like that out in the video, but this guy is insane. You guys will love him, trust me. So the next thing that we'll go on about is also the font that I used in that, which I think I should just mention. It is the font Enchanted Land. It is a fantastic font, a very magical font, I think. Can I get this right? I'll do that. There, really? There we go. Cool. There we go. It's an interesting thing. We'll just see what the shape looks like. But yeah, it's a very magical font, and I love it for that reason. And that's why I chose it. I've always wanted. There's a few things you see, and you're like, I really need to use that. And I never thought about it, and it was like that's actually a pretty cool time to use it. So we used it, and I think it worked. So let's just go along this way. I've also been working out a few little things along the way. And I've actually come to the realization from a lot of people in the comment section, let's go get a different color block, from a lot of people in the comment section about the thoughts, your guys' thoughts on the, actually I've just realized I could probably make this a bit smaller, but your guys' thoughts on the new blocks that we've got added in being the strip log blocks. Do we have any of those in that variant? There, we do now. And what I've noticed from the stripped log blocks is they're a very divisive block. A lot of people like them, a lot of people don't. But what I've learned, at least, I can only tell you what I've learned. And what I've learned has been that they are actually really great for texturing. For instance, texturing roads, and having basically directional texturing. I think that is one of the coolest little things about them, and I'm definitely going to be using them a lot more for these sorts of things. So let's just go do something like this, by the way, and jump off the edge, of course. I guess we can actually place these around like that, and we'll go around this side. And I mean, you know what? I've just got so many things. I feel like it's been forever, but there's so many things I want to update you guys on. There's another cool thing being that we also have got successful villager harvesting. I'll show you guys these. I didn't harvest these crops, and I noticed that they are all being harvested all the time. Over here, you can see actually someone hasn't harvested them in a while, but you can see a few that have been replanted. So that means our fishing villager is hard at work planting some stuff, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud that they've finally got to work. Working hard, but it's a matter of time now before we start, I think, getting some villagers. Actually, the only plan I can think of, because nothing's appeared just yet, will be to go ahead and get ourselves more doors in the village so that the village, because of course there's a way to think about villages and it doesn't necessarily come very easily. But from my knowledge is that villages as a village look at the amount of doors and says, hey, should we add more villages to this village? And if there's not enough doors, it'll say, no way, there's not enough houses. Why would we add villages? And then they don't add them. So I'm thinking that will probably be something which we should be doing in the very near, the very near future, adding in some doors to the village. But that's all right. Now, back to the building. I'll talk to you guys about what I'm doing about that right now. We just need some of these. These will be super handy. You know what? I just need to go ahead and bulk craft these. I go through them so quickly. And I don't know where. It's not like they're everywhere around here. But what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to create a little bit of a thing where I can push this out, put a little bit of a spire on it. Well, a roof with a spire like that. And then we can go down underground and start seeing how we can do over there. But honestly, so far so good. I think this is so far going quite swimmingly. Yes, very good. Very, very nice. Now, another thing here, I told you, know what? I wasn't even planning on talking about comments today, but there's just been so many fantastic comments and just in general, just inputs to the series and just little things, little baby things that I've been learning from the comments. And one of the cool things that I've recently learned has been that the turtles, which we are waiting to grow up, which are all the way over there, those little eggs, you can't really see them. But we'll go around there. I've got a plan for them, which I've come up with. But the comments have taught me something about them, that they only spawn at night, apparently. Or maybe they're more likely to. Those were the two different options I've seen in the comments. And I'm going to guess that they most likely do. Because in my knowledge, to my knowledge with turtles, they actually do spawn at night. So I guess that's what's going to be there. What's going to be what will make them come around and spawn, you know what I mean? What I was saying, it's revolutionary what we are doing here. We are going to be building a little bit of an area that I think will be able to save our turtles when they come out from zombies. Save the shells that come out. I can't remember what they're called, the shell material that you can make the helmets with. I don't know what it's actually called, and the sun's going down there now as well. But here is my plan, and this is, as I say, revolutionary. These don't, you see, they're not affected by water, and I know this water is there. Not affected. But items are. And if we put this around here, which is what I'm thinking, we put this in just down here. We only really need one, to be honest. We'll put in a little bit of a block here, and I guess just to protect them from zombies around there. And we'll trap these turtles in so that we can get them. And we also are going to need to go ahead and save our villagers. You know what? Let's just do this. We're also going to have to save our villagers for a nighttime to be able to get these. So if I do something over here like this, and I put this in here, this should, well, actually I'll have to put it one higher, but this should, I'm actually playing with fire right now. This should save it. So let's go in here, put that there. And now they should be pushing over. So I'm going to go and sleep because this is pretty dangerous for my my villagers, friends. But man, look at that. And by the way, this is actually a pretty good time. I guess, you know what, I was going to go, but let's just carry on. We'll get some good building going on here. And I'm not 100% sure on that. I will have to do some changes on that. But that is looking real good. Now, one thing that was suggested was the name of the village, which we've been holding out on that. We haven't spoken about that, and I think it's a good time to name this village. And this comes from a suggestion from a commenter by the name of PDET, or PDET. I can hear a zombie. Oh, what? Get out of here. Get away from my villagers. I don't actually have any water. The guy didn't die? Nah, he's going alright. He's going alright. Okay, you see, that's the danger. Coming for you, man. That's the danger of not sleeping, is you get stuff like that. So, let's just have a look. Anyone around here? No. No, we are all safe. Safe for another day. Now, the other thing was that I was saying is, we have got the name of the village, which was from PDT, and I'm holding out on you guys, which is Spiritwood. And at first I was kind of apprehensive to the name. I thought, you know, there wasn't an idea to make this a very wooden area, but it is a very wooden thing. being the village. And I do plan on doing my own custom forest at some stage in here. What's that? 1, 2, down there. My own custom forest in here at some stage. And I think that would be pretty cool. The woods. We could do our own spirit woods. And this could really be the start of it. So I thought that was a really neat idea. Did I just go up and then down and then a little bit lost? Yes, I did. Okay. Get off that so we don't fall off. And we'll put this down here. Perfect. So let's go check this out. I didn't even take an opportunity to go look at that. So we'll head down here. Yep. I can hear them all making their noises. And we'll check it out. And I think over there I need to put in something to the side. Yeah, that looks good. All right, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead, step back, do a few little tweaks and changes here and there. I'm going to have to test things out, but I think this is going to look really good. And from this direction as well, before I know I always do this, but there's just something I need to show you guys. Is from here, I feel like this is where it's going to be oh, here we got a boat. Fantastic. The real place you want to look at it from. And actually, we didn't even think about this guy. We didn't even think about not husks, what are they, drowns with that guy. That would have been absolutely horrible. So from this distance, there we go. I mean, obviously these houses are going to get done, but we'll have that. We'll have a spire coming up here. It's coming together really well. And you know what? I've got some other stuff which is going to be happening real soon. Some brand new villages, thanks to your guys' suggestions. So prepare yourselves for that, because I've got so many awesome ideas for that. So it's coming up. It's actually great now being able to refer to the town by a name. I was just thinking, like, I haven't actually done that. That is super cool now. Spiritwood. Man, I love it. It's actually, it's really cool. It's really, really cool. Now, as you can see, I actually forgot to say, but if you looked a few seconds ago, don't worry. If you didn't see it, we'll go back. We'll see it soon. But the look of this is looking so much more beefier, more meatier. I like it. I like it a lot. It's I really chunked it out a little bit. I want to actually change these over for the reason that I like the look of them. I really do. That was all I needed. Just the reason that I'm trying my hardest to use as many of these blocks. And if we don't like them, we can always change them. But I want to force myself into using a few blocks that I'm not 100% on board with and comfortable with, at least. Then you can kind of learn from it. I think that'll be a cool way of doing it. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try and see how close we can get to getting a similar roof. If it's not exactly the same, it's all right. It's as long as it's as close to it as possible. I think it would kind of hurt me a little bit on the inside if I knew that I was 1 or 2 blocks off. So we'll see how we go on this. But about the towns that we were talking about. So moving on from here. I was thinking about doing this in this world is making a few more smaller places around here and maybe using it as a world where we can explore with many different ideas. And not maybe, I mean, legitimately, that's what we're going to do. We're going to explore many different ideas in this world. And I'd like to go on to the next theme. And I think this is in the very first episode I may have asked this, was theme suggestions or types of cities or types of village suggestions. And there were a bunch of them. But one that really, I think would very much go with the aquatic update as one thing goes. And not only that, also just go really well with the world and my ideas. And some of the really cool things I've been coming up with has been the idea of a pirate village. And it's something that a lot of people have suggested. Can I speak today? That'll be great. I think this is actually, let's look. Yeah, it's one more up. Dang it, I was going so well. But yeah, I think that would be something that would be really cool. So let me know if you guys are down for it, if you guys have got any suggestions for it and stuff like that. I'd like to start maybe not working on it entirely, and we can flip between this village and that village, and when this one's finished, which it's not going to be huge, so we could actually do some good changes to this while moving on to the next one and kind of tossing between the two and see what we feel and like on the day. I think that'll be really neat. So let me know what you guys are thinking about that. Of course, it'll be a matter of time before we get there. It's not going to be an immediate thing, but I think it'll be a really neat little build to do. You know what? I need to do this because I'm wasting 1 block. I know it's not like I'm a super big block saver, but just knowing that I could have taken that out is something I want to make sure I save one. So can I go here like that, and now we can get on top. And I think we went 3. Was it 3 or was it 2? 2. Okay, 2 of those. I feel like going one third further, but we'll leave it. So let's check that. All of these are in place. I think that is... It's the same. Almost the same, if not 100% the same. So jump down there and get these out like that. And wait, I was about to get rid of one of my own blocks. The blocks that I really needed. So of course, suggestions, by the way, now. And this is I'm not 100% set on that pirate village. So let me know what you think about that. But there's one way you can let me think a bit further about that. And this is the question for today, which will help this world change a lot. What should be the next village? If you guys have got something, let me know why your village would be the next best village. And also F3 screen for no reason. F5 is the button we needed. But let me know why that is your favorite village to build, or what you could think of for those. Of course, super good to get feedback on it and see what you guys think. But I'll leave it to you. Oh, dang it, I left a thing. But you know what? Before we do, let's just check this out. That is marvelous. I'm loving it. Now this is the eyesore, but that is looking super good. And my solution was to put in a stair block there, and that looks wonderful. So there's actually so much stuff that has gone on in this episode. I'm kind of amazed. If it's a bit overwhelming, I'm sorry. But either way, I'm loving it. I'm loving this world so much. And I know I say that fairly often, but I think that's testament to to the fact of us getting so many episodes out so quickly, and just loving everything that we're doing. And you know what? I've got something else so we can love this tower a little bit more. Maybe something like that. Perhaps we need this to be a little bit more strong over here. And bam, one of these. Also, do you guys remember a few episodes ago when we were looking for these sea lanterns? Guess what? There's a way easier way of getting them, and that is by going to some of the other monuments, not necessarily the ocean monuments, just some of the new 1.13 monuments, which have got them lying around. Well, I spent so much time getting not Elder Guardians, just Guardians, when I could have just done that. So, silly me, but we learn. And we do stuff better now that we know. So, of course, if you guys are looking for them, simple way, just go explore for some of the other monuments. But now, let's do this, and let's check this out. Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. I love that. Look at that. They communicate. They're like, that looks very good. This Jansey guy can build. Yeah, look at that. That is fantastic. Let's do the boat trip out over here. Boat trip out, and how you doing? We also, people suggested we should name that. I'm down for naming him. I'm down if you guys have got names, of course. Sailor, whatever. Or fisherman, whatever. Interesting look, but it's starting to come together. That close-knit town is really starting to fit together so well. So what is also fitting together very well is tying this episode off in a nice little bow and saying thank you very much for you guys enjoying the content. Of course, love to hear it. Love to see all the crazy cool support in the comment section and the likes and stuff. Super cool of you guys. Thank you so much for that. And of course, just the in general positivity. Love it, guys. But that is us for today. So thank you very much for joining me here, and I'll see you very soon.